The hidden roots of country music. Country music feels as American as apple pie, doesn't it? Its themes of heartbreak, hard work, and home resonate with millions. But the origins of this beloved genre are far more complex than the image of white Southern balladeers. The truth? Black artists have been shaping country music from the very beginning. Let's start with the banjo, a staple of country sound. Did you know the banjo has African roots? Brought to America by enslaved Africans, the banjo was adapted and became a key instrument in the folk and country traditions of the South. But how often do we hear this part of the story? Then there's Lesley Riddle, a black guitarist and folklorist whose collaborations with the Carter family of country music influenced their distinctive sound. Without Riddle, much of the Carter family's music wouldn't exist as we know it. In 2008, Riddle released a vinyl CD, Country Distilled Music for the Times We Live By. And what about Rufus Payne, a black blues musician who mentored a young Hank Williams, arguably one of the greatest country artists of all time? Payne taught Williams how to blend blues and country, creating a sound that defined a generation. But here's a deeper question for you. Why don't we celebrate these contributions? Is it because acknowledging them challenges the mainstream narrative of what country music is and who it belongs to? Black harmonica player DeFord Bailey was the first performer on the Grand Ole Opry. He was so good that he helped make Nashville a music hub. But instead of being celebrated, he was quietly pushed aside when the industry grew more commercial and less inclusive. Let's pause and think critically. If black artists helped build the foundation of country music, why do so few people know their names? Stay with me because this story only gets more fascinating. In the next section, we'll explore how black artists across different genres, including soul, blues, and even hip-hop, have dabbled in country music, creating unforgettable fusions.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more topics you love.
Bridging worlds when black artists redefine country music. Black artistry has always been about breaking boundaries. While country music is rooted in black creativity, many black artists have also brought their own unique spin to it, borrowing from blues, soul, R&B, and even hip-hop. These experiments didn't just expand the genre, they challenged its limits. Take Ray Charles, for example. When he released his album Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music in 1962, he wasn't just dipping a toe into country, he was reimagining it, infusing it with the emotion and richness of soul. His renditions of country classics became instant hits, proving that the genre could be much more than its traditional image. And then there's Charley Pride, the man who broke barriers as one of the first black country superstars. With a smooth voice and countless hits, Pride became a legend in a genre that wasn't built to welcome him. His success opened the door for other black country artists, but the journey wasn't easy. Fast forward to today, and you have artists like Breland and Mickey Guyton blending country with elements of R&B and pop. Guyton's song, Black Like Me, is a raw, honest take on the black experience in America, delivered through the lens of country storytelling. It's both a powerful anthem and a call for inclusivity in the genre. And who can forget Lil Nas X? When Old Town Road hit the charts in 2018, it became a global sensation. Was it country? Was it hip-hop? It didn't matter. What mattered was that it forced a conversation about who gets to claim country music. Let's stop here for a moment. What does it say about us when artists like Lil Nas X are removed from country charts because their music doesn't fit? What does it say about the barriers we still need to break? Black artists have never been confined by labels. They've always pushed the boundaries of what's possible, and in doing so, they've redefined what country music can be. The question is, are we ready to embrace this evolution? Reclaiming the stage, the future of Black country music. Here we are in a moment where history and progress intersect. Black artists are no longer waiting for permission to join country music. They're taking the stage and commanding attention. The Black Opry, founded in 2021, is a collective of Black country, folk, and Americana artists. It's not just a platform for musicians, it's a movement. Artists like Reyna Roberts, Tanner Adele, and Willie Jones are blending traditional country sounds with fresh, modern influences. They're showing the world that Black country music is as diverse as the artists themselves. Reyna Roberts, for example, draws from country, rock, and pop to create a sound that's uniquely her own. Her songs are anthems of empowerment and resilience, reflecting the experiences of a new generation. But this isn't just about music. It's about creating safe spaces for Black fans and artists in a genre that has historically excluded them. The presence of Confederate flags at country music festivals, the lack of radio play for Black artists, and the narrow definitions of what real country music is. All of these are barriers that need to come down. Here's a powerful thought. What if country music became a space for everyone, where diverse voices could thrive without fear of exclusion? What would that look like? The journey isn't over, but progress is being made. Beyoncé's recent nod to country music with songs like Texas Hold'em has reignited conversations about the genre's inclusivity. When megastars like her shine a light on Black contributions to country, they're paving the way for others to follow. So, what can we do to support this movement? Listen to Black country artists, seek out their music, share their stories, and amplify their voices. Challenge stereotypes. When someone says Black people don't do country, remind them of the genre's true history. Support platforms like the Black Opry that are working to create inclusive spaces. Let's leave with this thought. Music has the power to unite, to heal, and to inspire. By embracing the full history of country music, including the vital contributions of Black artists, we're not just enriching the genre, we're enriching ourselves. Thank you for watching, and remember, the story of country music isn't complete without every voice, every contribution, and every legacy. Let's honor them together. That's where we leave it, a call to action, a reminder, and a challenge for all of us to take part in reshaping the narrative. But let's go deeper. Let's bring this home with a reflection on why this matters, not just for country music, but for culture as a whole. Country music is more than just a genre. It's a mirror reflecting the stories, struggles, and hopes of the people who create it. When we fail to acknowledge the contributions of Black artists, we distort that reflection. We lose the richness, the complexity, and the truth of what country music represents. So, let me ask you, how do you want to shape the stories we tell? What kind of legacy do you want to leave for the next generation of listeners, artists, and dreamers? Because this isn't just about celebrating Black artists in country music. It's about understanding how interconnected we all are, how music, culture, and history weave together to form the fabric of our shared humanity. Imagine a future where country music festivals feature artists from every background. Imagine turning on the radio and hearing the full spectrum of what country music can be. Banjos and trap beats, steel guitars and gospel harmonies, all coexisting and thriving. That's not just a dream, it's a possibility, but only if we choose to embrace it. The work isn't done. Black artists still face systemic barriers in the music industry, from limited radio play to narrow definitions of who belongs. But every time we listen to their music, every time we amplify their stories, we're breaking down those barriers. We're saying loud and clear that country music is for everyone. Here's your takeaway: be curious, be open, and most importantly, be willing to unlearn and relearn the stories you thought you knew. Because when we honor the full history of country music, we're not just celebrating a genre, we're celebrating resilience, creativity, and the power of storytelling. The future of country music is bright because it's being shaped by artists who refuse to be boxed in. It's being shaped by fans who demand inclusivity and authenticity. And it's being shaped by you. Yes, you. Every time you choose to listen, to learn, and to support. Let this be the start of something bigger. Dive into the music of Black country artists, explore the history, and share it with others. Let's rewrite the narrative together. Let's make sure the unsung architects of country music's legacy get the recognition they deserve, because their stories are our stories, and they've always been part of the song. Thank you for staying with me through this journey. This isn't the end, it's the beginning of a deeper conversation, one that I hope you'll continue to be part of. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep listening. The music and the truth are waiting for you. As we close, let's leave with a vision of what the future of country music could look like. A genre that finally reflects its true roots, honors its diverse contributors, and grows into something even more beautiful than it is today. Imagine this: a major country music awards show where the lineup is as diverse as the stories country music tells. Picture a young Black artist stepping on stage with a banjo, seamlessly blending traditional melodies with contemporary influences and being cheered by an audience that recognizes the depth of their artistry. Picture a genre where no one feels like an outsider, where the music is as inclusive as the values it so often sings about: family, love, and resilience. That future isn't far off, but it requires us to act now. It requires the industry to step up, for fans to demand change, and for all of us to support the artists who are paving the way. It's not just about giving credit where it's due, it's about building a richer, more inclusive legacy for country music and beyond. But there's something even bigger at stake here. When we honor the contributions of Black artists to country music, we're doing more than setting the record straight. We're healing a cultural divide. We're proving that the boundaries we've built between us and them are illusions. Music has always been a universal language, and when we embrace the full spectrum of voices within it, we create a stronger, more unified culture. So, what can you do today to be part of this change? Start by exploring the music of Black country artists, both past and present. Share their stories with your friends and family. Advocate for platforms like the Black Opry, which are working to create a space where these artists can thrive. And when you hear someone say that country music isn't for everyone, challenge that notion. Remind them of the truth. Country music was built by a chorus of voices, not just a select few. Let me leave you with this thought. Every time you listen to a song, every time you feel its rhythm and hear its story, you're connecting with someone's lived experience. That connection is powerful, it's transformative, and it's a reminder that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves. Country music's history isn't just about where it's been, it's about where it's going, and where it's going depends on all of us. Together we can ensure that the unsung architects of its legacy are no longer unsung. Together we can create a future where every voice is heard, every story is valued, and every song tells the full truth. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let's keep listening, keep learning, and keep building a country music legacy that we can all be proud of. The best part? The story's just getting started.